Hey y'all, and welcome to Monarch's Market, and welcome to my mystery swap box challenge. This is my all-time favorite challenge that I do. We do it every quarter, and if you don't know what a swap box challenge is, which I'm sure you probably do, it's where a few of us creators get together, or in this case several, and we send each other some items. In the box there are at least 3 mystery items that we must use in one of our creations. So we've been sent so many weird things and have created some pretty cool stuff with what we've been sent. I've never seen like an epic fail with these things. Your creativity is definitely challenged, but I'm not going to sit here and talk forever. I'm going to jump right into the video. There will be a playlist listed below. Be sure to go watch it and see what everybody's done for you today. If this is your first time at Monarch's Market, welcome. My name is Brenda, but my sweet grandbabies call me Monarch. So we're going to get into it. My box came from Sarah of Can Sarah DIY It? So as I'm opening my gifts and reading my card, just want to let you know who it came from. So thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Let's get into this video. It says Brenda. Brenda, I tried to give you fun yet challenging pieces from my stash. I know you will make something beautiful. This is just for you. XOXO, Sarah. Oh, how sweet, Sarah. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to put this one to the side and look at this beautiful yarn. Oh my goodness, I love that. That is so pretty. Oh, yellow, yes. That's gonna go so pretty with my lemons. Oh, my favorite color is purple. Love it. And then this one will go to the side, and this one will go to the side, some sort of bowl, I'm thinking. Oh, I love this. This is part of the nautical theme from Dollar Tree, and I love it. It's a cute little candle holder. Love it. Oh, it says home. How cute. Super cute. Now, I haven't seen this. I'm not sure where that's from, but that's really cute. It's wood. I could drill a little hole in it and make something for the end of a beaded garland. Oh, just a plain box. I wonder if this is Dollar Tree. I've never seen these, but I love it. I wish I had like a ton more. And then some cute little Favor bass buckets. Those are cute. So now let's see what they're not marked like 1, 2, or 3, but I love this beautiful wrapping paper. How pretty is that? So pretty. Okay, so let's open this and see what it is. Oh, I'm a little nervous. Oh, whatever it is pretty. See. Not sure what it is. Let's pull it out and see. Oh, are you kidding me? Please don't make me DIY with this. This is beautiful. Oh, I would love that on my table, but if I DIY it, I can't. Oh, I'm so sad, but look how beautiful. I could think of a million things to do with this, so my head's already spinning. So pretty. And this we know looks like some sort of bowl. Oh, it is not a bowl. She psyched me out. A little hanger. That's cute. And then last but not least, she's been good to me so far. Let's see what she's got in here. I'm a little scared. This paper is just stunning. I love it. Sarah. Oh, okay. Oh, seen it upside down. I'm like, I'm not quite sure what that is, but how stinking adorable. 3 little chairs. Oh my goodness. I love these. Oh, it's so cute. Love it. Okay, so for DIY number one, I'm going to use some of that fabric, and I decided to take one of these little cutouts that I get from Chalk Couture. And when I went around it, you will notice that I'm not going real close to the bird, mainly because I was using a black Sharpie, and that's a white bird, and I didn't want to get the Sharpie on the bird. So whenever I cut it out, I'll cut inside the lines so that the lines would be gone, and it would bring it down to just about the size I needed it to fit the bird perfectly. And then once I got it all cut out, I took some Mod Podge and just Mod Podged it onto the bird. And then once I got it Mod Podged onto the bird, I took some Mod Podge and went all across the very top of it just to seal it in and, you know, like give it one good even coat and make it all look kind of cohesive. And then once it dried, it doesn't look like I gave it time to dry, but I did. Once it dried, I just took my scissors, and it was super easy because that Mod Podge firmed it up to go in and just snip it off and like get rid of all of those extra spare ridges and stuff. And then for the next bird, I took this. I love this transfer. This is one of my favorite transfers. And this has just different little writing. I'm not even going to try to read it to you, but it all has to do with like planting and growing and bloom and stuff like that. Now, you see me, I'm even too lazy to go get my fuzzing cloth right here. But I was in a hurry, and I knew it was just going to be one little thing that I was going to be chalking. So it worked. And all you really basically want to do is put some fuzz on it so it doesn't stick too much. Now, this is my eucalyptus paste. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful green, and it goes absolutely perfect with that gorgeous material from that runner. So I'm just going to wipe it on and wipe it off, and then the reveal these beautiful, crisp, clean lines every stinking time. Now I'm going to take some of this yarn, and now all you yarn people, don't come at me. I couldn't figure out how to undo this to save my life, and I knew I had to be making a mess of it because I was twisting and pulling and oh my goodness, I know. And I was laughing whenever I was doing it, thinking these people who deal with this yarn are going to be like screaming their head off at me. Anyway, I just made a cute little finger bow, and this yarn was so super soft, it just kind of laid out and fanned out and made the sweetest little bow for the neck of that bird. And once I got that made, I glued it onto the neck of the bird with the fabric on it. And that was all there was to using one of my challenge items, which was that runner or fabric or whatever you want to call it. And I think this bird turned out so cute. And the other bird to go with it was perfect in that eucalyptus paste. Now, this little thing right here, I'm going to tell you about this because someone sent me this to review. It's a cordless glue gun. And I wasn't going to put it in the video, but I am so impressed with that glue gun. I'll have all the information about that glue gun listed down in the description box below. But look how cute these little birds turned out. And I think that fabric is just stunning on these little birds. They are so adorable. And I couldn't be happier with the way I used a little piece of that fabric. Now I'm going to use that fabric again later. But for now, for DIY number one, this is what I did. Now, DIY number two was those doggone chairs. Now, I was like, what in the world am I supposed to do with a stinking chair? How can I incorporate this into my mystery swap box challenge? So I went in, I just grabbed a chair, random chair, didn't really look at any of, there was no rhyme or reason to why I picked what I picked. And now this too is Eucalyptus by Waverly. And I painted the chair. I wanted this chair to look really old and rustic and beat up and worn, like I had pulled it out of my grandma's old farm that I always talk about, out of the barn. Well, what happened was whenever I was doing this and I took my heat gun to it, it started blistering up. Here we go again with another happy accident. When that started blistering up, it was like an old metal chair that was peeling and cracking and just super worn out from age. And I was so tickled with the way it was doing it. So once that was painted and dried, I went in with this gorgeous new silver lining from Waverly. They have some of the most beautiful new colors. And I just sort of dry brushed it all over the chair. Again, I'm trying to make it look old and worn and just really rustic. So I kind of haphazardly just dry brush it all over. Once I get the silver lining on there, I go in with some of Waverly's antique wax and just hit it on the edges that would rust first. You know, like parts that would be so old and just worn where you might grab it or sit or whatever. And I sort of kicked around a little bit on those high spots with that. Well, that was good, but it didn't quite have a rust look. So I grabbed a bottle of coral paint, Waverly chalk paint, and put right on top of this antique wax, and it blended together so perfectly to make a rusty looking color. So I know it sounds crazy. I probably should have went in and mixed it together and then put it on the chair, but I didn't think about it till after the fact. And after the fact, I didn't need to because it looked like rust. And I was tickled to death with the way this chair turned out. Look how that looks so old and beat up and worn. And it just looks like an old metal chair that's had it. Like something I would have, like I said, pulled out of my granny's barn and tried to reuse. But isn't that adorable? Look how farmhouse and rustic that is. I just thought it turned out too sweet. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this later in the video, but I wanted to just show you the chair for now and how it turned out, and I was so pleased. Now for DIY number 3 is I'm going to use several things. You see me right here putting the fabric inside of that wire basket. And the only reason I didn't take that out of the video is because I decorated the basket with it inside of it. Now look at these flowers. I took that runner with me and tried to pick flowers that were in. Look at that. Look how close that is. The pink, the purples. I found flowers that were so close to the flowers that were inside, printed on that fabric. And I was so tickled that I was able to find them. And I just took them and tore them all apart, or not tore them apart, but cut them apart and just kind of shoved them down there. Now, you guys know I'm not a bow maker and I'm not a florist. So I was a little bit proud that I found flowers that were the right colors to match this beautiful fabric. And I just sort of like stuck them down in there. And I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was so proud of the way it turned out in the long run. And then I decided to take that beautiful runner and, first I made me I guess it's called a macrame hanger, which this is not macrame string, obviously. It's super duper thin. And I'm not even going to slow it down because all you people who do work with this kind of stuff will be coming at me and be, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. I understand I did it wrong, but it worked for me. So I got it all separated, and then I just wanted to add a little natural bow to each little strand before I started separating it and, like bringing that design outward like you do with macrame. So I just added a little natural bead. I didn't try to paint it or anything. And then I had to tie it off so the bead didn't, slip down on the string or whatever. And then once I did that, I took 2 pieces. So each section had 4 strings. I separated those by 2 and tied them to the 2 next to the one I was doing. I ain't even going to try to explain that because the more I tried to slow this video down to try to explain to you what I was doing, the more confused I got myself. And I thought, Brenda, how in the world did you even make it work when you can't even figure out how you did it to begin with? I ain't even lying. I'm telling you what. Now, when the cord is thicker, it's so much easier to do. So you kind of get an idea right here what I was doing by taking the 2 strings and then tying it off to the 2 strings beside it. And then that gives it that whole macrame hanger look, if you will. But once I was able to get that done and go all the way around the whole thing, then all I did was take my basket and decided to wrap the fabric on the outside of the basket. Now, you know that old saying, you can't stick a round hole in a square peg or a square peg in a round hole, however it goes. That's the trouble I was having trying to get that runner on this basket. So I just kept fooling with it and fighting with it and folding it and gluing it, and I eventually just got it to where I wanted it. I wasn't real worried about you seeing a whole lot of it because excuse me, I had a frog in my throat, because I knew you weren't going to see a whole lot of it because of the florals that I was putting in it. So I just continued around until I had the whole thing covered, and then I added the same little, I don't know what you'd call it, floral piece maybe, that I did earlier. Now this is me having it all spread out. That's the bottom right there, like right in the middle. And I'm just going to set my basket down in it and then sort of bring it up. And this is where it got tricky. It was like, if you ever been seining for shrimp, like with a seine net, that's what I felt like I was fighting with here. But it turned out cute. Now these little wood rings that I got from the Dollar Tree was the perfect little hanger for the top. I just kind of wrapped it around. I didn't bother showing you that because nothing to see really. And hung that little round thing as a hanger on the top, and it matched those natural beads. Now I'm going to put the chair in there, and I'm going to place my little birds in there and finish this little piece off and finish off my mystery box items. I cannot wait to hear what you think about this mystery box challenge compared to the other ones I've done. And if you've never seen them, I will go ahead and link those down below if you're new to my channel and you've never seen them. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Brenda, but my sweet grandbabies call me Monner, so that's where Monner's Market came from. But I thought the natural wood ring with those natural beads were perfect, and look how cute that chair looks sitting right in the middle of those florals that match that fabric so beautifully. And if I were a real macrame person, it probably would look a whole lot better than it does. But not to be a macrame or yarn kind of girl, I'm kind of proud of the way it turned out. So let me know down in the comments what you think about my basket and my chair and my little birds and just the whole thing. These are so much fun, and I love doing these mystery box challenges. We do it every quarter, every 3 months. We will exchange stuffs. Lord have mercy. Let me try that one again. We will exchange gifts with each other, and we try to stump each other. Well, this chair had me stumped, but I'm kind of proud of what I came up with to utilize this chair for in the video. So let me know down in the comments what you think about that. Be sure to go to the playlist. There are a ton of creators in this mystery box challenge. It will take you a while to go through the playlist, but what else do you have to do right now, right? Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everybody who participated in this with me. And for this particular challenge, we will see you again in 3 months. For more content, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm kind of a little bit everywhere, but I'm still fairly new and still building my subscribers. So you never been to my channel before, thank you for coming. Hit that subscribe button. But either way, if you like what you've seen today, give me a big thumbs up and leave me a comment. So thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Be blessed. Bye now.